Most of us rarely give travel and adventure across the Oregon outdoors a second thought. And why should we? There are so many great places to see, so many adventures to experience, and so few barriers that get in the way. But what if that wasn't the case? In fact, what if we had monumental barriers and it was easier to just throw in the towel and stay home, call it a day? Hi there, Grant McComey here, your host for Travel Oregon's Grant's Getaways. And this week, we meet a man who is trying to break down those barriers where accommodation and accessibility are prime. Join me as we meet John Williams and Wheelchair Destinations.
Nice to have you listening this afternoon. I'm John Williams.
He's the man who plays the soft rock on Portland's K103, and he's been at it a long time.
Tomorrow, rain likely and a high near 55. Right back with traffic and more of today's best soft rock for you here on K103 next.
John Williams has been on the rock radio scene since '77. You've likely heard him on varied stations through the decades. But when the studio goes quiet,
we are ready to roll.
There's another sound Williams enjoys even more. Sounds of the wild.
Oh, look at the geese.
Williams likes to be where the flocks are. It's a passion he's owned since a kid.
I was always full steam ahead, normal childhood, tried everything, some things I shouldn't have. And
John had polio as a child. He didn't walk until he was 4, but his family and their adventures made him feel right at home. Whether in leg braces or in a chair, polio never slowed him down.
I wanted to be able to compete, so I started playing wheelchair sports. I started playing wheelchair basketball when I was about 14, played till I was 50, and after 2 shoulder surgeries and getting beat up by 20-year-old kids, it was time to get off the basketball floor.
So adventures like fishing, hunting, and boating came easy to someone eager to explore his love for the Northwest outdoors. Recently, he figured he could do more and help others too fearful to head outdoors. He produces a new TV show called Wheelchair Destinations.
I want to be able to actually show people how accessible a destination is. There's plenty of websites, there's plenty of books, but nobody has actually shown people how accessible a place really is.
26 3-minute segments that center on places and activities for folks who roll on wheels rather than walk on 2 legs, from the coast to the mountains, including Timberline Lodge.
Even I didn't realize how accessible it is. They've done some terrific work up there. In the summertime, the parking lots are very accessible. You can go in on the bottom floor. Wide doors, they're automatic doors. They've retrofitted the place with elevators and whatnot, but they haven't changed the integrity of the original building, which I think is very important.
He's visited many prized local sites, and he critiques them too, the good, the bad, and the not-so-friendly wheelchair access.
For example, the Rose Garden up at Washington Park, you'll actually see me huffing and puffing up a hill. If you see that on video and you see what I'm going through, then a person that might have, a lesser ability than me, that might make up their mind whether they go there or not.
He gives high marks to the recent retrofit of Oregon State Park's Vista house.
They have an elevator that will take you from the bottom floor to the top floor, but you can't see it when you go into the main floor. It comes up out of the floor. It was engineered properly, and it hasn't destroyed the integrity of the original building. I think they did a terrific job.
He offers a sincere thanks to other notable places that provide wheelchair access too, like the North Fork Nehalem Disabled Angler Platform, where salmon and steelhead are always on the bite, or Eastern Oregon's John Day Fossil Beds, where you can get a close-up view to 60 million years of geologic history. Or the Wildwood Recreation Site's Cascade Streamwatch Trail. It takes you along the Salmon River for more than a mile, even puts you nose-to-nose with baby salmon in a tributary stream near Mount Hood. Back at Finley Refuge, the Homer Campbell Memorial Trail is 1,700 feet of elevated boardwalk. Williams hasn't been here before, but he sure likes what he sees.
They've done a real good job out here. There's a cement apron here that Takes you all the way back through the boardwalk there, all the way through, you know, a marshland. It's very impressive. You'll have no problem in a wheelchair. It's good stuff.
That's not to say all is perfect all of the time for folks who get around the outdoors in a wheelchair.
This is getting a little extreme, but I want to see the river.
At the nearby Snagboat Bend unit, prized for its unique views of the Willamette River, Williams found tough going once he left the boardwalk.
Yeah, I could use just a little push up the hill here.
While not officially named wheelchair accessible, the trail is inviting to many folks. But on a chair, on soggy soil and uneven terrain, it just wasn't to be.
There's so many different degrees of disability that a person walking with a cane or a crutch or even pushing a walker could go through here. It's just a pretty tough push in a wheelchair.
For the record, here's the view that Williams could not reach, a piece of unchanged Oregon history dating back to steamboat days, even sports a picnic table for a longer stay. And even though he could not see it, Williams remains positive about the opportunities the refuge provides visitors.
The boardwalk is completely accessible. I give that a 5. The parking lot, because of the gravel, probably a 3. Bathroom is accessible, which is good. All in all, I'd probably rate this a 4.
Williams adds that Oregon, and especially Portland, lead the nation in accessibility, and that's something more people in chairs should embrace.
I really want to show what a beautiful part of the country we live in. Get off the living room couch and go travel.
As you might expect, John Williams has a laundry list of story ideas and destinations in mind. At the top of his summer's list, Oregon's Crater Lake. You can learn more about wheelchair destinations right here on the Travel Oregon website. And while you're there, be sure to check out Adventurecation. It's springtime in Oregon, and we're outdoors enjoying many adventures. For details on special travel deals and creating an Oregon Adventurecation, be sure to visit traveloregon.com. So until next week, get out here and explore the great Oregon outdoors, and let Travel Oregon be your guide. For Travel Oregon, I'm Grant McComie.